Hey, just thought I'd do this little video. So I am getting ready to go on my first legit backpacking trip. So looking to get all my stuff and head out and got all the required gear and whatnot. But thought it would be interesting to kind of go through and give people a slight tour of kind of, where I started out, and be interesting to see kind of where it evolves since everybody seems to find, what works best for them. But yeah, let me just give you kind of a brief tour of what we have got here. So this is my backpacking tent. I got this at a good deal on REI, on their outlet, on their deals they had with that. Then bear spray, of course, required stuff in the backcountry. And this guy, I'll show you, this is just a kit with just water stuff in it. But found some cool hacks with this. I found this little collapsible water bottle, which is kind of a nice little heavy thing to have with it, but it's kind of handy. It's got a carabiner on it, and the really cool thing about this is that it fits on a Sawyer Mini. So you can kind of go through and cheat with that a little bit, but fits right on this guy, screws right on. And you can go ahead and use that. And then of course I've got just the bag it came with, but just thought it was a nice option. That way if I need extra water, or this bag happens to rip, as it sounds like a lot of them do, it's good to have a backup. Just another option to have there. But got that guy. Got my fuel right here. So just standard MSR stuff. Nothing exciting right there. And this, I have kind of my little cook set here, which I'm just going out for a brief time, so it's pretty easy. I got these cool little spoon, fork, knife combo things, but they seem to be getting pretty popular, and like $2, so cheap little way to do it. Inside here, let me show you. Let me set you down so I can give you a little better view of this, but this is just a regular single pot. This is a no name, I have no idea. Somewhere made in China, I think. But been used a few times on some camping trips, but comes in handy. This is just, kind of standard Primus cooktop one. Nothing fancy with that. Standard backpacking gear. But fits inside my pot, so works out well. And it comes with a lid here, so that's handy. Put all this stuff back when I'm done here. That's nice, have a nice little bag for it. This is my sleeping mat, which I got also at REI for a good deal for like 30 bucks. So, kind of a nice little piece of that. This is just footprint, goes right with the tent. I got that because it's handy to have. Help keep it, especially with wet ground. Cheap little tin mug, nothing fancy. Easy, same stuff there. This guy is my toiletries bag. I'll set you down over here and kind of break down what we got in there. This one has a lot of stuff. But this actually has more than toiletries, but a little bit of all my essentials. But basically what we got, toothbrush, which this is a cool folding one, pops out like that, kind of handy, space saver. Some floss, super light, might as well. Chapstick, I've noticed a lot of people seem to forget this when they are packing their stuff, where they don't mention it. Toilet paper, essentials. This is kind of my little survival / fire making / navigation, whatever. But inside this is kind of a cool idea I came up with camping and ideas with it, but cotton balls with Vaseline on them. Great fire starters. And then to add benefit, you can also use it for first aid, or just put it on somewhere where you're dried out or need a little bit of whatever, Vaseline's always good. Whistle comes in handy. Always good for survival. It's got a little compass on it, and then a little thermometer. Then as an added bonus, it's got a hidden little magnifier that's in here. If you can get it out of there. That's the tricky damn part. There we go. But there's a little magnifier, which is cool. These are my matches, which actually I'm using an Altoids tin, but it just happens to fit waterproof matches perfectly, and then I just have the little strike strips inside, just glued in the lid. But kind of a handy little way of doing it. Keep them organized. Compass, because you know, might as well have it. Lighter, just in case, or you know, makes it a little easier when you can. Can opener slash whatever, just comes in handy. I don't know, I just threw it in. It's super light. But that is kind of that. It's kind of nice. I think it came out pretty light, considering. And then this is my first aid kit that I put together. So I used a lot of Ziploc baggies for this stuff, but I think it's worth it. But I kept it pretty simple. Thought these were cool. I found them at Walmart. They're dosing bags for medicine, but they work great for just putting some of these in here. Super light, keeps them organized, keeps them dry. You don't have to worry about that. But Advil, Benadryl, anti-diarrhea, good to have. Other things, sorted Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes, gauze pads. Really important stuff, moleskin, blisters, pair of gloves in case you need to like dress a wound or something emergency. Then I've also got just some popsicle sticks, you know, those are handy. One thing a lot of people don't ever mention is medication, remembering that. I have asthma on occasion, so I'm bringing an inhaler just in case. Usually I'm good, but better be safe. In this one I have just a few things, toothpaste, things that might leak. So this one is Body Glide, just helps with, you know, chafing, stuff like that. That's good. If you're hiking, you start getting, you know, blister your feet, your legs, or wherever. Good for that. And soap I got in here. I got some Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1. Good for everything. You wash pretty much everything, anything, clean it. Good for that. But pretty much the toiletries. That's kind of nice, little stuff in here, if you do it correctly. But there is all those. Other stuff I got is my food bag. So this guy really brought for not too many days, really like 2 days, even though I'm going for one, maybe 1.5 really. But I brought a little more than 2 days food. But brought some chicken noodles, just some cheap Knorrs. I'm not doing any fancy food. I am a poor kid, but whatever. Some cheap Kroger granola bars, peanut ones, good protein and energy. Packet of tuna, good for lunch. I have that probably lunch when I got there the first day. 2 packets of oatmeal. There's one for breakfast and maybe one extra if I'm still hungry or want it for a snack or something. And coffee, this was cool. It's a Trader Joe's coffee. But it's kind of nice because you can just boil water, brew it in the bag, pour it in there, pour it in the top, and then you just pour it out in your cup. Instant coffee. So that's cool. But that's about it on those. Keep it pretty simple. But enough food, you know. You know, not going out long. I just want to be prepared enough. Probably way more than I need, but still good to have. Rather have more than I need. But it's not going to be a real crazy thing or nothing. I just have these in a dry sack, that way I can hang it up in the tree or whatever. Battery pack, charge my phone. in case I need that. It's good. You know, make sure that you can get rescued if you need to, or you know, listen to music. I have my GPS and navigation on here, so that's always good. Then other things, I've got, this is just my knife I'll keep in my pocket. Multi-tool. I'm kind of trying to decide if I'm going to actually bring this around or keep it simpler, but this one's just an awesome multi-tool. I've had this for years, and it just keeps going, but just overall handy. Watch. Cool watch like this. Kind of nice. You know, I just like to have a watch, even though you don't really need it. This one's kind of cool because it actually does have a compass built into it too. And a thermometer, but it's never worked all that great, but whatever, it's there. Then, clothes-wise, this is what I'll be wearing out. One thing people don't ever talk about are their underwear. But I got Hanes. These are just kind of like performance, you know, wicking ones. They're kind of a synthetic, so should be good for keeping me dry. Pretty comfy. I have a buff that I use for fishing, you know, whatever, hiking, on this. Good to keep on your head. You can use it for all kinds of whatever, you know. Shirt and pants I'll be wearing out there. This is just a Pacific Trail, you know, regular camping shirt. It's a long sleeve. You can roll it up, but nice and super light, super breathable. Pants, I have some North Face pants, and they are zip-off ones. Good, you know, nylon synthetic, fast drying. And then they have zip-off pants, so you can convert it to shorts if you need to. But it just comes in really handy. But it's kind of what I'll wear out there. I'll probably have these, and I don't know. I'll see if I want the buff or not. Shoes, I just have some Keen hikers. They're kind of lower top ones. And then socks of choice. These are some Darn Tough. These I've used just hiking around, enjoying, and they're just good socks. I have realized though, with washing them, you probably want to be gentle with them. Even though they're darn tough. I just discovered that Velcro likes to eat them. But those are good to have. I'll probably learn more of that, but these are very, very comfy, so I'm sure I might get another pair of those, but those will all be on my body, so I don't have to necessarily pack any of that. Clothes for the trail. I've got one extra pair of underwear because, you know, you better have it. Other things we got, a couple pair of socks, camp socks. One extra pair to change into in case my feet were to get soaked or whatever happens in that. This is just a cheap synthetic shirt, you know, easy with that. Nothing fancy at all, but it'll work. For in camp and going to bed, long johns, you know, simple pair, long johns in that, come in handy for that. Then just a microfiber towel. This I've actually discovered, I worked with camping and that, but yeah, you can get these in the car sections and they're a little bit cheaper. Sometimes you get them that way and a lot cheaper than going to, you know, get them from REI or whatever. And then this is just, you know, light belt. This one's a bison belt. I did buy this one at REI, but it's just nice because it's super light, much, much lighter than if you were taking a, you know, big heavy, you know, leather belt or whatever you like to use. But nice with that. Sleeping bag. This guy is a Mountain Hardwear Bozeman Flame XL because I'm kind of tall. But this one's a 17 degree rated, but plenty warm. I've used it a lot for already doing a lot of hunting and things like that. But it's worked great for all of that. My pack that I'm taking with me, I'm actually using an external frame pack. So it comes in handy for everything. But it's actually pretty nice. Everything fits in here nicely. It has a lot of compartments, a lot of good options for everything. Have two water bottle sides right here. Big zips here, another zip here. Yeah, it's got some carabiner lance points right here. I've got a little lantern that I'll probably throw in there just to have for in the tent. I'm not going too far, so I can afford to keep another lantern, I suppose. Has a nice pouch right on the top, and then kind of a little strap for carrying or pulling it up or whatever you need to do there is kind of handy. And then there's a little point right here you could probably lance something to. And then, you know, standard top. This one's an external frame. I know everybody says they hate these, but keeps your back cooler. And then I like it because I'm going to use it more for hunting, and sometimes I might be just taking this pack off and strapping meat to it, so it may come in handy for that. Inside, it's about 40 liters, I believe, is what it came out with. I don't know, it's cubic centimeters, but it has a good size pack inside here, but plenty of room in that, and then plenty of room on the sides. It does have a couple of waist pockets too, which these just come in handy. But I've got a headlamp hidden in here, and then just on the other side, I'll probably put, you know, sunscreen, maybe a granola bar or whatever, something to keep me handy with that. Who knows? Water, you know, I'm just gonna keep a cheap water bottle like this, you know, something in there just to have as a spare water bottle, and then on top of that, I'll probably put my Camelback in there too, probably like half filled up, since I'm only going for a couple days. I'm not going to need a ton, but just gives me a good option because I can drink this and then it'll be empty and then save weight that way, but I'll keep the bottle to be able to use for whatever. But, you know, that's just kind of what I'm getting started with. Hopefully this will work well. Everything seems to pack in there okay, but have a nice reference to see where I started from. We'll see how it evolves.